in the long run, it's a good thing for definitely for accountability. And
when Jammal Jacob agreed to go public with his controversial party bus, he knew there was a chance his past could come back to haunt him. The Kelowna man's bus was pulled off the road last weekend after police found copious amounts of open liquor on board. Jacob has since pledged to change his ways. Change is a big part of Jacob's life, and it hasn't been easy. With no father to turn to, instead he turned to a life of crime, a gangster on the streets of Winnipeg, where he did hard time for serious crimes, including 2 years in prison for refusing to rat out another gangster charged with murder. He says keeping his mouth shut was the beginning of the end of his gangster life.
So I felt like it was time for me to pay the price for everything I had been through and deal with the consequences and make a clean break.
He's sharing his story, hoping it registers with other young teens who find themselves tempted by a life of crime. He says one of the reasons why people like himself turn to gangs is retribution.
They want to see their family go, oh, where did we go wrong, you know? They want to see that, they want to see them feel that pain. They want them to have the guilt and the shame, right? But in the long run, those people just keep moving on and living their life, and they'll write you off, and then you're stuck living with that pain and punishment that you tried to put on everybody else.
And if he can only turn back the clock.
If I could turn back the hands of time, I'd go back to 14, 15 years old, and if I could see the future from that point, I would say, who wants to get involved in that lifestyle? Who wants to sit in jail, you know?
And to any wannabe gangster thinking that jail is no big deal?
But when you sit in jail, you know, it's like being in a casket, except you're not dead, and everybody kind of forgets about you. They're like, oh, he'll be out one day and he'll make decisions, but for now, we don't have to mourn for him because he's not dead. We don't have to care about him because he's not here either, right? I would assimilate it to being buried alive.
Aside from the hiccup with his party bus, Jacob insists he's on the road to a normal life, including getting his high school diploma. He's 24. Kelly Hayes, Castanet Media.